shortly after. So, hi everyone on YouTube, hi everyone on Facebook. Welcome to Saturday Noon Live with Tara, the pre Women's Day Live. And as I was just saying, I believe every day is everyone's day, and we're celebrating everyone every day, and it's all about equal opportunities and women having the choice. I think that really, to me, is what equality is about. Hi, Mr. Shivam. Harminder says, don't select me. Okay, don't worry, Harminder, I won't. Usually I get people saying, please select me. So that's a thing to say. Hi, Bharti. Okay, so should we just randomly select three people and we're going to talk about anything you guys want to talk about? So it won't only be women, although I'm calling this a pre-Women's Day informal chit chat, but it will be anyone who wants to talk about women and what they mean to you and what being a woman is, or what the women in your life mean to you, or anything you want to say. Sapna says you're looking so beautiful. Thank you. That's very kind of you. I don't know about that, but thank you. Hi, Abhinav. Hi, Nitin. Okay, so let's get started. Let's see who our first guest is going to be. I'm randomly selecting, so fingers on the buzzer. Radhika, कैसे हो आप? बिल्कुल ठीक. Touch wood. Thank you. I hope you are too. Okay, let's get going. I'm going to choose Style Nook. Style Nook is, let me see if Style Nook is free to join us. And let's see if this works. Gosh, I should. Hi, Arti.
Hi, Tara.
How are
Hi,
you?
how are you?
Good. How are you?
Good.
This
is so cool.
Isn't it? It's like a randomly selected Saturday Noon Live, and sometimes they're people I know, and sometimes they're complete strangers who I get to know through these little chats. So I happen to know Arti, for those of you who are watching, and Arti is the founder of Style Nook, which is super cool. And before I let her speak, I must tell you, most of you know from my years of doing the Tara Sharma Show and various events and even films, I am someone who is heavily dependent on my stylist. I personally think I have zero sense of style. I maybe I'm not just trying to fish for compliments at all, but I'm genuinely someone who, when I trust someone to help me with my looks, with my clothes, I trust them completely, and I kind of feel like that's their expertise, and someone else's expertise is something else, and my expertise is my expertise. And it's actually enabled me to frankly focus on the things I think I kind of am able to do. So I'm shouting out to my stylist Sanjana Batra, who has really helped me. Even something like this, of course I didn't get styled for this live, but this was something that I already had. And okay, now I'm a bit nuts, but I'm actually going to, I don't know if it's okay to climb up on the chair, but you know what I mean, it's a nice outfit. Oh my god, now the chair is rotating. Oh shit. Oh god, okay, but you know what I mean, I can't really show it here, but yeah. So this is an outfit that I really like. It's simple. And so tell us about Style Nook, because for those of you who are new to Style Nook, check it out. It's actually a platform where stylists help you, right? So online shopping or even offline shopping is quite confusing, specifically for people like me. So tell us a bit about Style Nook, how it happened, and yeah, what it is.
Thanks so much, Tara. No, I think, like you said, working with a stylist often helps you, push your own boundary. So I'm somebody, I love fashion, I love dressing up, but I personally have found the idea of like going thousands and thousands of products seriously paper, because often I don't have full success at the end of it, right?
Yeah.
If I go to the mall and I'm browsing, and some days I find something great and at other times I don't, and it just then feels, frustrating. Same thing with online shopping as well.
Yeah.
And online, there's a further worry of when you see something on a model in a mall, at least you can go to the trial room, try it. Although the lines on those trial rooms are ridiculous.
Yeah.
And when you shop online, it's extremely convenient. It's the click of a button, it comes home. But just being able to visualize, figure out how this is going to work, how it's all going to come together, that's something which is quite challenging. So I think that was the whole premise that, okay, how can we make shopping really fun for women so that they spend their fun time, like, dressing up, doing whatever they want to do with their fashion. And, Tara, and I think this I resonate with you a lot. It's something that you say very often, to each their own.
Yes. Yeah, I'm a complete believer, each to their own. Absolutely.
Absolutely, right? And you say this in the context of parenting, you say it in the context of, yoga, you say it in the context of everything, and it's in the context of fashion as well. Uh, each of us have our own style. So nobody, I would say, doesn't have style. I mean, it's again, that is your own style. That's your own, personality. And then what a stylist can do is actually just help you, bring the best out.
Yeah.
Now, here's what happens, though, right? In the real world, if you work with a stylist and you have a stylist, it's an investment.
Yes.
Very meaningful and a valuable investment, but very often we may not feel that, okay, is this where I want to spend my money?
Yeah.
What we were seeing with a lot of women, they wanted to kind of get some assistance, get some help, but it was also not like, something that immediately said that, okay, this is something I want to do
Yeah.
with my money, effectively paying for somebody's time so that they can help me shop, they can help me figure out. So, Kuntal, my co-founder, and I, we came together with the idea. Both of us are from the startup phase, from the tech e-commerce phase, and we said, okay, can we leverage technology?
Yeah.
So that we can make the stylist accessible to pretty much everyone and free, for
Yeah.
free. Like,
Yeah.
So when you come to style, you don't pay for the stylist time. You only pay for the clothes.
Okay.
But a stylist has spent time in curating and finding those clothes for you. And
Yeah.
you do that because, there is a fun twist which allows the stylist to figure out who you are, get a little bit of a flavor for you, your personality, your taste, your preference, your size, of course. And then with that, on the other end, we have relationships with hundreds of brands, which, she's able to kind of figure out that, okay, this is Arti. She is, a mom. She is busy. She likes this. She doesn't like that. Like, we kind of give a few looks that she can work with.
Yeah.
And then as a customer, the customer has full freedom to buy whatever comes from that recommendation.
Yeah.
So it's a model that works out really well
Yeah.
because on one hand, you're able to offer this solution without really charging for the time that a stylist, when a stylist does spend time on this.
Yeah.
That's
No,
right.
that's yeah, that's excellent, because I will admit that, like, for me, I only actually I use my stylist when I have something specific that I'm doing, whether it's a shoot or whether it's and for the kind of work I do, often that budget comes from production. So because otherwise it is a big amount, and it's a justified amount, which now I really understand. Back in the day when I began in the entertainment space, there really wasn't the concept of stylist. So I just wore whatever I had, and sometimes when I looked back at like promotions of, I don't know, Masti and pastry and all, I was always in my own home clothes. And I think, I mean, that's fine too if you have a good sense of style. But if you're someone like me who feels like my stylist enhances me, I think it's a worth it expense. But as you said, if you have it on a platform like this where it's accessible to a whole range of people, I think that's fantastic. So I see here we've got Sampada saying, I loved what Style Nook sent me last time, which is amazing. I've got Babu saying hi. So lots of people saying different things. And yeah, somebody else saying that, is this also available for men? So is that
soon? Fingers crossed.
Soon. Okay, great.
We have that on the game plan. I think we're doing women first, and yes, I mean, men is pretty much this concept can be extended to everyone.
Great. So people on YouTube are asking me, hi Akash, hi Superstar Gamers, hi Radhika. People are asking me who I'm speaking to. So you guys, I'm going to show you. This is Arti, and this is my crazy home setup. But there's Arti on the phone, and the setup here is literally, you're balanced on books as I speak to you, and this is all part of, I think, the lockdown world where one's improvising and trying to do what we used to do in a smaller context. And before I let you go and get on to the other people who are waiting, tell me a little bit about lockdown, because I know it's been a tough time across the board. And certainly, I think for startups in the tech space or something like styling, which isn't really perceived as a necessity as such, and definitely for someone like me, I've considerably reduced my so-called glamorous appearances in this time. It's been at home in track pants and shirts, and so how has that been for you guys?
So you're right. I mean, it first came as a shock, and it really like exactly took your from the point when March 2020 hit us, right? And it hit us very hard, like all businesses at that point.
Yeah.
Initially, of course, we were completely shut down for a couple of months, and then even as we kind of went back, the demand had changed substantially. Nobody was focused on, what they needed to wear. But you know what? Again, we kind of kept playing around, kept figuring around. And one of the biggest advantages that we have is that we're in touch with our customers on a deeply integrated basis, right? So our customers are not just from this big pool of audience that comes online, clicks, adds to cart and shops and goes away. They talk to us because that's the concept.
Yeah.
And they talk to us maybe not on like calls or something. They can free, every order, everything they can kind of, message us, they communicate with us. So we started spotting demand patterns and we also had to kind of shift a lot and change. But for example, like we came out with a collection of pajamas and athleisure pretty much immediately after we could open back up, right? Because we noticed that that's where most people realize that since they're spending so much time home,
yeah,
that is an area if they had not had enough or they basically needed more of.
right.
And that's okay. There's a human element involved in the business. So the stylist is also pretty much going through similar journeys as our customers.
Yeah.
Typically, we match her up also to the customer and the lifestyle mapping happens. So she's aware, she's not operating in the blind, and both of them are more or less talking the same language, even though it is via the medium of just online communication.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think that's what we've been also seeing a lot of. Like, while it's been, a huge jolt to so many businesses with the whole lockdown space, I think communication online is huge, right? So right now, almost in on cue, I have Akash Chaudhary saying, "Hi, can you please read out some of these YouTube comments too?" Because this is a cross platform, so they can hear you even though they can't see you. And yes, so Akash is saying that this sounds like a great concept, a stylist, because otherwise it's difficult to afford it for a regular. Yeah, and I agree with that. So that's why it's a great platform which has this stylist in some ways built in. So I think it's a fabulous thing and well done and congratulations. And I am going to be having a longer chat with Arti on Monday.
Let's do that, Tara.
Yes, on the Style Nook handle. So I'm looking forward to that. And having said all this, I must say that, you know, just the very act of starting your own business, entrepreneurial venture as a woman, given that it's Women's Day coming up, I'm a believer, much like each to their own, each to their own. I do also believe in every day is everyone's day, as cliched as it sounds. I just feel like I hope we come to a point where we don't have to be trying to balance the scales and they happen like that, and it's so I'm over optimistic, but I feel like we're moving there. But just one last word on Women's Day, anything you'd like to say as a woman entrepreneur that's, I don't know, anything that's been especially inspirational or especially difficult or just a wish you'd like to give other women out there?
No, I'll talk about inspiration. I mean, our inspiration comes from our customers, from our team, right? We're a deeply integrated like ecosystem. So every single person in our ecosystem actually, we're aware and we're contributing. Our team has actually done such a fabulous job riding out the lockdowns, the waves, and also constantly still staying in touch with customers. We're always listening. I'm very, very tuned into that. And I mean, today, in fact, we're seeing now a shift, right? In some ways, we're kind of going back to the pre-COVID kind of times. So now again, suddenly we're seeing like especially as offices are opening up, schools are opening up. There is a big jump happening, saying, okay, now I'm ready to kind of shop more. But no, I think immediately it just always comes down to the deep relationships that we have, and I'm very, very, very proud of our team to, how well we stay in touch with our customers, how we kind of hold their hands, support their journeys, and I'm extremely grateful to the customers also who have supported us through this tough time, and we're still here. So I think it's a really good time to be grateful. I'm grateful every single day. Again, there is no one specific day to be grateful.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. That's really great. And like I said, I look forward to chatting more on Monday. So for anyone who wants to check out Style Nook, do check it out on Instagram. And I'll be chatting again with Arti on Monday on their handle. And what time will that be? 4 o'clock. So, guys, if you'd like to hear more about Style Nook, do join in on Monday at 4. And on that note, lots of love. Have a super, super rest of weekend. Wait, I've got Tara, ma'am. You're such down to earth, humble person. Oh, okay. Thank you. Okay, bye. Thanks. Bye. Bye. No, I want now more people have to send in requests to go live. So I'm not saying bye to everyone. I'm saying bye to Arti. Bye, Arti. Thank you. Bye. Bye. And so, guys, if you want to join in, I will go live with two more people. So please send in your requests on the Tara Sharma Saluja on Instagram, and I think Arti, you can press that little cross. Yeah. Hi Purushottam. Hi official Pravesh. Hi Faizan. Hi everyone who's joined us across our platforms. As always, it's wonderful to have you here. Fats Adda. Hi. Um, Akash says, wow, so many qualities in you. You are so experienced about businesses. So I did actually go to the London School of Economics and I worked at Accenture before acting and creating in the entertainment space. So yeah, in some senses, I guess the Tara Sharma show itself is an entrepreneurial venture. Sapna says, Tara ma'am, kabhi kabhi लड़की होने पे दुख भी होता है सोचती हूँ लड़का होती तो अच्छा होता Sapna says, Happy Women's Day. Happy Women's Day to you too. So, Sapna, I hope you change that view. मैं आशा करती हूँ कि आप लड़की होने से भी आप बहुत खुश होगी मेरे ख्याल से एक्चुअली कुछ फर्क नहीं होना चाहिए वी शुड ऑल feel happy to be who we are regardless of gender but I understand that that's not always the case I understand that in certain segments of society and certain careers and other things it's really not yet equal so I hope it all gets there but thank you Sapna for sharing that and you are very special and you must always remember that no matter what so thank you for sharing and thanks Rajput and now let me go live with two more people. Who should we go live with? Smriti. Let's go live with Smriti. Let's see if this works. Kids are at a school TT tournament. So yeah, it's been action packed now that the children are safely back in physical school, touch wood. So that's been really a good thing. Hi, Surgical Pilgrim. Hi, Akash. Hi, Suraj. I don't think Smriti was able to join, but let's see if who else because as you know, I go live with three people randomly selected. So yeah, tell me your views. Do you think that we're close to that equality? Do you think that there's still a lot of disparity between genders, whether it comes to the workplace or even societally? I also have this view that we have to be very careful not to let the scales tip the other way either, right? Because in urban settings, especially, there's a lot of focus on people will openly say things like you know say things like oh I mean like as a mom of boys I would never say um, boys are best but at the same time even if I might obviously adore my kids more than anything but at the same time you would often find mothers of girls saying things like girls are best so it's an interesting concept where culturally we're kind of conditioned not to say the former but people openly say the latter so things like that you wonder yes you have to get the the scales of gender equality to balance but you also don't want it to flip the other way. Having said that, I know this is a very minor, like a very small segment of society which has probably reached this sort of equality, but it's just something to also ponder. Understand you are not understand, very beautiful. Okay, that's Malji. Hi, Avinash. Okay, I don't know why it's not working. Let me try with Hira. Hira is another dear friend from a group that we're all part of, which Arti is part of too. And hi, Hira, how are you? It's been so long, but so wonderful to see you. And what a perfect day to have you here too on a pre Women's Day Saturday noon live with Tara. So, Hira, I know you do so many different things and you've been hosting your own live chats very regularly. So, tell us a little bit about that.
I give them an opportunity to talk about themselves, their experiences, and there's a learning in everything.
Absolutely.
I just love that little thing that I do.
That's wonderful. That's such a great thing, Hira. And I think what's wonderful about Hira, for those of you who are on Facebook and YouTube, you can hear her, but you can't see her. What's really wonderful with Hira is that age has never been a deterrent. Of course, you're still very young, of course, but I know you've already had a flourishing career in the banking space, and now you're doing all these different things. And I'm always reminded of my dad, who used to say, you're never too old to really start learning something. He started learning classical singing, I think, way into his 60s or 70s, so I think there's always, it's wonderful to like keep reinventing and keep trying new things. You're doing that just beautifully. Am I mistaken if I say I saw you doing a chat with Remo yesterday? Was it yesterday or day before, with Remo Fernandez? I think I saw.
No, we have no live.
Yeah.
I am a big fan of this. I've always been a fan of it. I've always gone to the Dance India dance show. I've managed to go on all the sets, all the seasons.
Wow.
So and I sort of always write to him occasionally, and he's always been kind enough to give a heart or read my comments.
Yeah.
And this time he actually said hi to me. I was thrilled.
How wonderful, how wonderful. So that's fabulous. And it's great that everyone is able to connect like this through technology. So much as a young mother, I'm sometimes going nuts with too much screen time for the kids. I also see the huge advantage with being in touch with the whole world thanks to this. Um, so, uh, uh,
Thanks, Tara. I'm sure you have more people to talk to. So I hope I connect with you soon again.
Thank you so much, Hira. A very happy Women's Day in advance. And every day is Women's Day to me. And I'm sure it is to you as well. So, everyone's day, rather. So, I was just seeing comments saying, wow, that's really inspirational. Someone is saying, oh, yes, someone is saying we must talk a little bit about the war. And I completely agree. It's a tragic, tragic situation, what's going on. It's impossible now to have a life without just saying, deep, deep prayers for everyone there, and let's hope that peace is achieved without any of this violence. It's absolutely terrible what's going on. So really, but thank you so much, Hira, for joining. Okay, thank you. Same to you. Bye. Bye. Stay safe. And we've got Manish. Akash is asking if I sing because of these mics. No, these mics are just for speaking, and this is Rupak's space, my husband's space. So this is not actually me. It looks like I'm the one who set all this up, but I haven't. That was Hira. Then we've got some wonderful comments here. People who want to join in. Hi, Vipul. How are you? I'm gonna actually get Vipul onto the live now. Vipul is so Resi and Ron do my makeup and hair regularly, and Vipul does too. And Vipul has his own salon. He's a top makeup artist, and I don't know if he's free to join, but he's on the live. So I'm going to see, because I thought while we've had two women, it might be interesting also to have a man's perspective. So let's see if Vipul is able to join. I don't know if he's still there, but let's see. And we have Surgical Pilgrim sent a message, which I'm now trying to find. The messages move very fast, so I wasn't able to get that, but I'm just trying. Surgical Pilgrim says, where did that go? Yash Raj. Surgical Pilgrim said, in schools, schools must identify students' potential irrespective of gender or class, lofty ideals, but that should be the goal. Absolutely, Surgical Pilgrim. I don't think it's lofty ideals. I think it's absolutely essential to identify potential and, to encourage no matter what gender, of course. Thank you, Akash, for asking about Kai's football practice. Yes, he's been selected for the Barca elite squad, which is wonderful. And I must say that, as a soccer mom, it's been a huge learning for me because it's about 4 or 5 times going quite far for his training, but he loves it, so he's doing it. And we won't pressure, but it's good to, I think, encourage if one's able to, especially when they're quite young. So schoolwork is not yet restricted. Mr. Shivam, I mean, in terms of doing other things. Let's see if we can get Mr. Shivam on, and then I'll let you guys go and enjoy your Saturday. Tomorrow is my mother's birthday, and my mom is a simple, person who doesn't like a big charade, big dhoom dham. So it'll just be a family celebration. Hello, Mr. Shivam, how are you? Hi, आप कैसे हैं? आप कहाँ से बोल रहे हैं? आप कहाँ पे है? अच्छा, और वहां सब हालत ठीक है अभी कोविड का? हाँ, सब ठीक है। आप स्टूडेंट है या आप काम करते हैं? स्टूडेंट है? आप स्कूल में पढ़ते हो या कहाँ? आपका स्टूडेंट है या आप काम करते हैं? अच्छा, आई थिंक नेटवर्क थोड़ा मतलब पैची है। आप स्टूडेंट है? अच्छा, कौन सा कक्षा में? 9th। अच्छा, तो कौन आपका सबसे फेवरेट सब्जेक्ट क्या है? हिंदी। वेरी गुड, वेरी गुड। सो थैंक यू। आपको क्या बनना है स्कूल के बाद, कॉलेज के बाद? क्या? हाँ, नेटवर्क स्लो है, बट थैंक यू फॉर ज्वाइनिंग। सेफ रहना, ठीक रहना। बाय बाय बाय। So thank you all so much for joining. Akash, looking how much forward your fiction gone. Tell about that, Akash. Yeah, I'm busy writing my fiction show. It might also be a book with the show because right now I'm writing so much. I don't really know how to condense it into the show, so it's kind of getting elongated. So let's see. She is like a professor. Manish says, Tara, आप actor से ज़्यादा school teacher ज़्यादा लगते हो. बुरा मत मानना. Okay, Manisha, maybe I am Manish. Maybe I am like a. I hope I'm not like a school. I mean, maybe a school teacher. I think teachers are amazing. I have so much. I'm so grateful for all the teachers in my life, especially my parents. क्या? बॉम्बे, मुंबई से। मैं आधा इंडियन हूँ और आधा अंग्रेज हूँ। बॉम्बे, मुंबई से। Bye. Thank you. Bye. Bye, guys. See you. Have a good weekend. Happy Women's Day for the 8th. Tra, tra, tra. And my stylist, going back to our conversation with Arti, is Sanjana Batra. You can check her out too. She's fab. Good luck for the book. I don't know, Hira, if it's a book. It started by being a show, but now I've kind of written a lot. So I'm not sure what's going to happen with it, but I hope I even have the courage to show it to someone because currently, as Rupak laughs, it's kind of between me and my Mac. That's the people who are reading it currently. Happy birthday to your mom. Hira says, thank you so much. I will tell her. Okay, guys, on that note, have a fabulous Saturday. Ta-ra, ta-ra, ta-ra. Bye. Bye.